I read something where Micheal Jordan kept telling you he's going to get you a ring.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah. One of our drills in warm-ups of practice was 3-person shooting drills. Everybody does 3-person shooting drills. Right? I'm thrown in with Micheal and Scotty, right? And these two are going at each other every day. And here I am. So I become a target every now and then, but I can shoot, Stephen. So I could hold my own when the final tally went down at the end of practice, who made the most, if you will. But I could hold my own. And Micheal had a good sense of his teammates. So that's where I was sitting and not playing. But Micheal, he put his arm around you and say, hang in there, man, hang in there. I'm going to get you a ring. Because I was the only one on that team. I was the only one in that building that was not a part of a championship team.
It's a tough situation, the world champions, and to be traded. And luckily I got some time early with some injuries and just try to do the best I can.
How do you cope with playing behind Micheal Jordan?
I love it. It's the greatest job in the world. You come in for him and relieve him a little bit. He comes in a little 3-person rotation with Scottie Pippen, and it's worked out well so far.
John Paxson gave me the best bit of advice. He said, here's one bit of advice I'll give you. When you're in the game with Micheal and he drives the lane and he hits you with that pass and gives you that look, he said, don't miss. I'm like, why is that? He said, you'll never get it back. So lo and behold, Stephen, the end of the first quarter, I'm in there and right corner and gives you that look. And thank goodness it went in, swish, and everybody on the bench was happy. Micheal was like, yeah, man, way to go. So you're kind of in at that point.
Bobby's stepping in and playing well. We were hoping that he can come in and do exactly what he's doing. Some hard, tough defense and knock down jump shots whenever he need to. And he's picking up the offense pretty quickly. So, he's really been a great addition for us.
But that was the best advice I ever got on the triangle offense was when MJ gives you the ball, don't miss.
Was he a great player on the floor? Yes. Was he this great leader off the court? No. He's not that real image that is being depicted right now.
Now, he was not a nice guy. I mean, he was that guy that was so motivated every day in everything that we did. If you didn't come to work, you were going to have problems with Micheal Jordan in a way that he would let you know he's got a problem with you, whether he was going to attack you verbally or he was going to get after you on the court physically. There was no in between.
They talk about what a fierce competitor Micheal was, and they asked, was he really that hard on players? And yeah, he was, because he wanted to win and he was pushing us. But I don't think people that don't play sports, they don't understand that that's kind of the way most locker rooms were guys pushing. Now, Micheal took it to a different level and brought it up, but the kibitzing and the pushing of each other and trying to make each other better and poking fun at each other was going on in every locker room I've been in, going back to high school. But Micheal brought it to a different level because he wanted to win, and he was making us all feel the pressure in practice so that in the games it would be easy for us and we would be prepared to go out there. And he was also testing us to find out if we were good enough to be there.
There was times where Mike would get pissed off at Luke.
He'll say, oh, Luke wasn't this and Luke wasn't that, so I made him this and I made him that.
I pushed him, challenged him in certain situations where I felt like, Luke, you're not doing what we expect you to do. It was a mindset that I felt like Luke had to learn, and I think he did learn.
And I'll say, well, may or may not be true. You don't have to love a bloke to be on his team, to care about him, to play basketball together. I didn't love MJ. I thought MJ was difficult and unnecessarily harsh on his teammates and probably on himself. And I think, I just didn't enjoy being around him that much. And that was cool. It was cool with MJ and it was cool with me. At the end of the day, we found a way to respect each other on the court and to coexist, and that was cool.
He wasn't the easiest teammate to play with. In fact, he was probably the hardest teammate I've ever played with. But it was really productive because he was able to raise the level of our competitiveness, but also our confidence. Because every practice day, almost felt harder than games, because you had to deal with him. Michael was so dominant, not only on the court, but in the locker room, and so everybody felt more a sense of, we're going to win because we have Michael. So there was a comfort level with his confidence and his dominance, his sort of king of the hill mentality. So you went into every game like, yeah, he's on our side. But you went into every practice like, I better not get on his bad side, And so it was an interesting combination. He raised the level of every practice so dramatically. Everything mattered to him. Every shooting drill, like he was so competitive, and we used to scrimmage a lot more back then than we do today. Most practice days we would scrimmage at some point, and those scrimmages were battles.
And when I got to the Bulls, that first day of practice, I was like, where do they do this at? A lot of people say, oh, MJ, he's tough on his teammate, he's this. Dude never, ever raised a voice at me, ever. The only thing he did was, Randy, you're not doing your job today. Did that. This dude brought it, man. He, like I said, the kids, people saw what they saw on TNT. They didn't see the 2 hours that he put in practice, dude. This dude practiced, man, which was surprising to me. I don't care what it was. It can be 0-0. The dude he just brought it. Who averages 35 points in the season? Right. This dude, man, and a lot of kids they only saw the finished product. Right. With the tongue out. They never saw what this dude did in practice. Right. This dude practiced. And he went hard. He lived. He practiced. And if you didn't practice, you're gonna hear from him.
And I want you to tell me this story that you told me about Micheal Jordan, when you and Micheal Jordan kind of came to, kind of little differences about your opinion about how the game was played when you played with Chicago with Micheal Jordan.
Yeah, how the if you want to call it a confrontation came about. Phil was alternating players, second team on the first team on the second team. And so we were scrimmaging, we played like 6 games of going to 5 points. And so after the first 2 games, Phil put me with the second unit where I always play with, my boys. We proceeded to kick their butts like 4 straight games. And Michael took offense to it. So I asked him, how did he like that ass whooping we just put on him? And he took offense to it because clearly no one ever manned up to him, challenged him. So he said that if I wasn't careful, he was gonna kick my ass. And I told him, like, I'm not in awe of you. I played with some of the baddest fellas that walking the court. He looking at me like I had slapped his mother.
I love that story. Then you went even further, and I think you talked about one of the rookies came over to you and said, man, I can't believe you talked to Michael like that.
And with all due respect to he and Scotty and Dennis Rodney, you remember hanging from the rafter, the guys I just named hanging from the rafter, not to mention I played with some Hall of Famers, and I'm supposed to be in awe of him. I rest my case.
I absolutely love that story because people for a while have been talking about, well, Micheal Jordan was a bully.
Michael was in your face. He challenged his teammates. And as you know, Larry was our leader, but Larry led by example. Michael, he all up in your face talking trash. He might get a short right, Max.
What did you do when you wanted to get under Michael's skin?
Did speak Croatian because he didn't understand it. that was the only way. Well, but we all understood that he is so competitive that he's going to bring anything and everything, and I think we accepted that thing.
Do you think that Micheal Jordan would be as successful without you?
No, but I don't think I would be successful without him. I think we both complemented each other in a lot of different ways. And we kind of competed and pushed each other to be great. Michael was the greatest one-on-one player in the game. And if he played in today's era where the game is more open, with more spacing, yeah,
Easy.
I mean,
Easy.
his numbers would just go off the roof. And, you know, I played with the guy pretty much his whole career, so I know that the guy goes in the game thinking 50. He was a great scorer, but a lot of things that he did was based on him as an individual. And I think basketball is a team game. He just had that mentality of just had that drive. You.
Michael is the greatest player ever. You know, Michael's been injured one time. He never asked to sit out. He never asked for anything, but only he asked for respect and money. If Michael played in this era, he'll average 50. He averaged 50 points.
Being 40 years old, playing back-to-backs, he played 82 games.
Yeah, 82.
But the crazy part about it, he would never sit out of practice. Michael Jordan at 40 practiced every single day. Doug Collins had to, try to kick him off the floor. He wouldn't leave. Like Doug Collins was like, Mike, man, no. Like he wanted to play and practice every single day. He's 40 years old, it's still every day. First one there, always called the Breakfast Club. He always getting his lift in. Yeah, but he wanted to practice every day and play 82 games at 40. Like when we came in the league, that was a badge of honor to play 82 games.
That's what, we
talked
about that.
That's a badge of honor. And this man do it at 40 years old on one leg. Like, come on, man. Talking about dedication to the game. Like, it don't get no better than that.
Michael has never brought me to tears. Did he upset me a lot? Yeah. I mean, he's a competitor. That's what I think it's much to do about nothing. So many people want to make up stories about Michael Jordan that he could have been the greatest guy in the world to me. They still would have made up something.
Like seeing Michael Jordan, someone we all idolize. Everybody did. I don't care what you say. Everybody idolized Michael Jordan.
For me, Michael Jordan was a killer. It didn't matter. He wanted to come in and kill you. In my mind, as far as just a straight killer mentality is Michael Jordan.
I know that last shot that Jordan had in the playoffs when it won the game and you guys lost to them in the finals. It was kind of controversial. A lot of people thought that he pushed off you, and now here you are, his teammate, trying to help him get one more title. Kind of ironic.
Nah, kind of pretty good. Why have somebody that worked their hardest against you? Why not have him with you?
Right. Was he integral in bringing you to the Wizards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. It was his decision.
Kind of controversial. A lot of people thought you pushed off of him.
That was a controversial call from your perspective, but the referees called the right call. So it's good to have those guys. I believe in his skills, and that's what I went for. I didn't go for the sentimental, value of him.
Make up for it?
No, I went for his skills, and that's how I viewed it.